Well, hello everyone. Good evening. How are you all tonight? I hope you guys are having a fantastic evening and a very happy Thursday. Because, today is Thursday, which means it's Stompy Mech night, which means we get to have some Stompy Mech reading, which also means the beach party event is live. You know you like it. You know you want it. Who doesn't like to get free stuff? Of course, as normal, I will wait until I have all the loot bags before I open it, and then we find out what I got from all the loot bags. But you do you. Whatever makes you happy in your beach party event is worth doing. Because if it makes you happy, it can't be that bad. So tonight we have, I don't know why Streamlabs thinks, or Stream Elements thinks that we're doing something weird. Because we're definitely not doing that. I mean, are my things messed up? No, this says I'm streaming MechWarrior Online. This says I'm streaming MechWarrior Online. Oh, it didn't update my description. Silly thing. Let's fix that. I know I put it in because I have MechWarrior Online up there. There we go. Now we've got it right. No Blue Adept for us tonight. No, we have MechWarrior Online. All together. You and me and everyone else that wants to be here. Everywhere else got it right, just not Twitch for some reason. How very weird. Well, let's jump right on in, shall we? Override engaged.
It's Sir RB.
Hello, hello.
Watch his stream because he happens to be very handsome.
Sure. The $5 is in the mail.
Hey, whatever brings him in, right?
Exactly. How about this? This will be even better. I promise I will not be in a hot tub.
Dang. Oh. I might have to unsub now.
Hot tub MechWarrior streamers. Oh man, that'd be quite the genre.
I shudder just thinking about it.
Just make sure you bring some extra heat zinc.
Target acquired.
Oh,
Target spotted.
UAV activated.
Target spotted. Target spotted.
New target acquired.
Target spotted.
New target
Target spotted.
acquired.
Target spotted.
New target acquired. UAV activated. Target
Target
acquired.
spotted.
Fire moth.
Target spotted.
Fire moth.
New target acquired.
Too far away.
New
They're
target
all of
them.
acquired.
Whee!
New target acquired. New target acquired.
Rotating around in the top corner.
New target acquired.
That was my fault. I don't blame you.
Thanks, buddy.
Incoming missile. New target acquired. Warning, incoming
Target
missile.
spotted.
Target destroyed.
Target spotted. Affirmative.
Target acquired.
Watch out to your left, right, shadow
Target
cap.
spotted.
New target
Target
acquired.
spotted.
New target acquired. Target destroyed. New target acquired. Target destroyed. Target
Target
acquired.
spotted.
New target acquired.
Finally, these mech jocks are giving up on
Torso destroyed.
Ow.
Arm destroyed. Destroyed.
That was half of my mech. Thank you very
Target
much.
Acquired. New target acquired. Target destroyed. New target acquired.
Target spotted.
New target acquired. Heat level critical. Override shut down.
I have to watch my heat now that I'm missing half my mech.
Target destroyed. Target
Target
acquired.
spotted.
The chase is on.
Target spotted.
Well played,
Target
guys.
destroyed.
Yep, good match, everyone. See you next time.
Record your voice for me. Do my
One
ringtone for
day.
our idiots.
Two killing blows, 9 kill assists, 306 done, 206 taken, 1 team damage, arrows up. Aw yeah, giggity giggity. We did it. We did it well. We did it very well. Honey, we did it better than any man I've ever known. But that doesn't make you a superhero. And of course, at about 20 minutes into the stream, give or take, we'll start into Close Quarters by Victor Milán. Picking up, I want to say, in chapter 22. Because chapter 22. But I try to wait just a little bit to give people a chance to come on in and join in before we started. Because you come as you are, as you were, as I want you to be. Hello, Not Naya. You have arrived. Congratulations and welcome to the show. I don't know what show it is. I don't know what show I put on, but it's the show. All right, Victric Station Domination. And I are in a fire moth. Fire moth. Which means I get to the circle very, very fast.
Reactor online.
As it should be.
Sensors online. Weapons online. All systems.
Override engaged.
Override engaged.
Command. Get to the target and capture it. Cut down any enemies that get in the way.
Dobby dies in the first minute?
We held the zone for 25%.
Waiting for the big guys.
Target spotted.
Waiting for the big guys. Gonna eat a lot of peaches.
Target spot. Target spotted.
Target acquired. New target acquired.
Target spotted.
Hey, look, it's big guys.
New target
Target
acquired.
spotted.
Come on, middle.
New target acquired.
Target spotted. Target spotted.
UAV
Need
activated.
assistance. Need assistance. Target spotted.
New target acquired.
Sorry.
Hey, in the Timby, I'm holding this, and you just
Need
target,
help,
man.
Charlie 4.
Target spotted.
Heat sink destroyed. Right torso critical
Target
damage.
spotted.
Target destroyed. New target acquired. New target acquired.
Need assistance. Target spotted.
New target acquired.
Need assistance.
New target acquired. Target destroyed. New target acquired.
Target spotted. Target spotted.
New
Target
target
spotted.
acquired.
The heck is on that wolfhound? He actually lost a torso and is still up and going.
New target acquired.
Well, what the hell?
Target destroyed. New target acquired.
I'm all over the freaking place.
Laser destroyed. Left arm critical damage. Target destroyed. New target acquired. Medium laser destroyed. Right torso destroyed. Right arm destroyed. Center torso critical damage. Laser.
I don't know what the heck was going on there. I literally bounced everywhere. I guess a fire moth is going too fast for it or something.
Fuel at 25%.
I mean, my ping's not horrible.
Your efforts here have been seriously disappointing. The enemy is victorious.
Let me get into something a little bit slower and see if that helps, because that was ridiculous. I was trying to do a thing and I couldn't do a thing. So no more fire moth. Let's get to something else. How about, let's try something I haven't run in a while. What do I have on this? Why not? Chapter 22, Masamori, Hachiman, Galadon District, Draconis Combine, 23 September 3056. The red-haired man stood on the terrace of Stormhaven, the Fillington ancestral estate set high against breathtaking rock cliffs that towered 100 meters over the self-devouring surf of the Shakudo Sea. Whoever built the place had sited it excellently for defense. Presumably his host had nothing to do with that. The wind ruffled Ninyu's hair like fingers heavy with the scent and slightly tacky feel of salt water, tinged delicately with the smell of autumn flowering blooms in the Earl's gardens. The sun was setting, the western sky banded in slate and indigo and fire. Field crickets trilled uncertainly, warming up for their nocturnal concert. It was not in Ninyu's nature to appreciate such things. That was something his adoptive father was trying to teach him. You are not a bushi, a warrior. You are ninja. Yet you must learn from the samurai, for all their posturing and self-deceit. And one thing you must learn is that a warrior without appreciation for beauty is like a blade without an edge. The image of the Smiling One promulgated within the Draconis Combine was of a benevolent aesthete of discriminating tastes and affable manner. A man who might pat schoolchildren on the head when they visited his own extensive gardens to present him poems they had written in praise of the coordinator. Outside the Combine, it was generally assumed Indrahar would be happiest boiling those happy schoolchildren in a pot. Even Liao's dreaded Maskarovka viewed him thus, and admired him all the more for it. Ninyu Karai knew the truth. His adoptive father would boil those schoolchildren in an eye blink if his duty to the dragon demanded it, but he would take no pleasure in it. Giri overcomes Ninjo. Duty overrides human sentiment. That was the law of the dragon. Yet Subash constantly badgered his heir not to neglect those human feelings. Ninjo. Ninju did not fully grasp that, but his father bade him, and he obeyed. So he was learning to appreciate sunset and salt spray and the perfume of Hachiman lilacs. But not so much that he didn't note instantly the scuff of a shoe against the paving stones. Something clicked, paused, clicked again, like someone trying to emulate the cricket stridulation with a pair of dinner forks. He grimaced, and felt the muscles between his shoulder blades tighten. Just as he began to grasp that serenity his adoptive father guided him toward, here came the hateful Katsuyama to spoil it. He turned, and there the man was, dressed in his ludicrous beret and smock. In his hand was something that suggested a chronometer, though there were tiny dots and numbers arranged around the perimeter of it, and slim pointers, and no space for a digital readout. Hey, Bear.
Hey.
Ninyu Karai bit back his anger at the interruption. In the past, your anger has served you as a magnificent weapon, adoptive son, Subash had told him. Yet it can turn in the hand and cut one like a Muramasa blade. It is a servant that can easily become one's master. The time has come to learn to put it aside. Ninyu was trying, but he'd hated Enrico Katsuyama on sight. "What do you have there, Associate Director?" he barked. Katsuyama held the device up to his face, clicked the knob on top of it. Ninyu resisted the impulse to seize it and hurl it over the cliff into the sea. He observed that the thinnest pointer was sweeping around the circle, and the middle one more slowly. "It's a stopwatch," the lumpy man said. "Ridiculous. How would one ever read such a thing?" Katsuyama turned it and peered at it as if he'd just found it under a leaf in the garden. "These hands sweep around and point out the time." Ninyu scowled. "You joke." No, truthfully, Assistant Director. This is a very special stopwatch. It's almost 1,000 years old. It was used in the credits and framing sequences on the ancient Terran Flatvision show, 60 Minutes.
Online. All systems
Override engaged.
Override engaged.
Right, he has a stopwatch from 60 Minutes. Scattershot. But it's not your typical scattershot. So who do we got out there? No one exciting. There's people, but
Artillery strike online.
Yeah.
Target spotted.
Target acquired.
Target
New
spotted.
target acquired.
Target spotted.
New
Target
target
spotted.
acquired.
Target spotted.
Missile boat Echo 8.
New target acquired.
Target spotted. Thanks.
New target
Target
acquired.
spotted.
None of them are within range for me.
New target acquired.
Target spotted.
New target acquired.
Micro Fox
Target
9.
spotted. Target spotted.
New target acquired. Artillery strike online. New target acquired.
Target spotted. Target spotted.
New target acquired. Artillery strike online.
Firemount, do you see anything?
New target
Target
acquired.
spotted. Target spotted.
UAV G7.
I try to get around
It's
because
down.
I can't shoot anything from out here.
Target spotted. Target spotted.
Try to run, try to hide.
Their whole team is over there. I just dropped the UAV.
Affirmative.
Break on through to the otter slide.
Artillery strike.
They're dropping artillery, careful.
Target spotted.
Hey guys, we got push up just a little bit or something. We don't have
Yeah,
the
I'm
range
pushing
to
this
set up.
There's a bunch up to the right.
Need assistance.
New target
Target
acquired.
spotted. Target spotted.
Artillery strike online.
Target spotted.
Fuel at 25%.
Target spotted.
Hey guys, let's get off the hill and push up.
Negative. Need assistance.
Target
Target
acquired.
spotted. Target spotted.
We're all up here dying while you guys are
New
sitting back.
target
UAV
acquired.
Target
F7.
spotted.
New target acquired.
Can anyone please shoot that UAV? It's right there.
Unfortunately, I'm way up at the front of the field while you guys sit back there.
Target spotted. Target spotted. Target spotted. Target spotted. Target spotted.
New target acquired.
Target spotted.
New
Target
target
spotted.
acquired. Artillery strike activated.
Target spotted.
New target acquired.
Target spotted.
Target acquired. New target
Target spotted.
acquired.
Target spotted. Sorry. Target spotted.
New target acquired.
Target
Warning
spotted.
incoming. New target acquired. New target
Target
acquired.
spotted. Target spotted. Target spotted.
Damn range.
Need assistance.
Target acquired.
Target
New
spotted.
target acquired. Target destroyed. New target.
Target spotted. Target spotted.
Target acquired.
Target spotted.
New target acquired. New target acquired. Target destroyed. New target acquired.
2 of them left.
Fuel
Target
at
spotted.
25%. 0%.
0 of them left.
They're dead.
Yeah, I don't know about the scatter shot with thunderbolts. Let's see what I did for damage. Well, I did 335. That's better than I thought I was going to. Bear, did you set us up a group?
I did. I sent you an invite.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I'm not completely worthless. Only sometimes.
Hey, I resemble that. Indeed, Ninju grunted. He actually had no idea what was appropriate to say, but he was damned if he'd let this toad set him at a loss. Katsuyama bobbed his head enthusiastically. Moisture glistened at the corners of his mustache, Ninju noted with disgust, as if he had been chewing them. It's the newest addition to my collection, Katsuyama said. I have Joseph Goebbels' microphone, a half-meter-tall statue of Mickey Mouse, Indiana Jones's fedora, and the sweater worn by Franklin Roosevelt in his fireside chats, though I suspect it's merely a replica, all from the 20th century. Why this obsession with that particular era? Asked Ninju, who had no idea what Katsuyama was blathering on about. Why, that period saw the dawn of the era of mass communications. Ninju's eyes narrowed. So? So, it also saw the dawn of media manipulation. Joseph Goebbels first discovered the principle of the big lie, on which all public opinion molding is based. My relics are artifacts of Herr Goebbels and other greats of the art, who specialize in shaping popular opinion. Whether through manipulative entertainment, cleverly biased news reports, falsified polling, or direct rabble-rousing. Are you sure that thing is real? Ninyu asked. "It doesn't look 1,000 years old." Katsuyama blinked at him. "Why wouldn't it be?" "Gentlemen." Both turned to see the Right Honorable Percival Fillington, Earl of Hachiman, walking toward them from the great house. He was a slender young man in his early 30s, with pale, handsome features and curly hair on the light side of brown. He carried himself well enough, but inwardly Ninyu sneered. The man's fitness was that of the gym, of trainers and saunas and masseurs. He practiced kendo, as was almost mandatory for the Combine's upper class. He had even seen brief action as a battle mech pilot, but he was no warrior. He was soft at the core, which is why we conduct our real business with the Yakuza, though policy requires me to treat with you. Have you heard? MBC has just picked up a story from elsewhere in the inner sphere that Chandrasekhar Kirita has discovered some kind of hyperpulse communications technology. Ninyu did not glance at Katsuyama, but he felt the little man's grin like warmth from a mech's heatsink. The planetary chairman blinked from one of them to the other. His eyes were large, brown, long-lashed, and slightly protuberant. You both know of this, he said, in a tone as close to accusing as a planetary chairman dared get with the number 2 man in the ISF and the deputy chief of the propaganda branch. That story originated with Associate Director Katsuyama, Ninyu acknowledged grudgingly. The Earl's mouth became a startled O. But that will bring word of Blake fanatics swarming to Hachiman, he exclaimed. They'll do anything to keep the hyperpulse monopoly intact, even under Comstar control. So it will, Mr. Chairman, Katsuyama said smugly. But Ninyu-san, I thought the ISF was conducting a campaign against the word of Blake.
Reactor
Something completely
online.
different.
Sensors online. Weapons
Yep.
online. All systems
Override engaged.
override engaged.
Yeah, for being a BattleTech book, there's very little BattleTeching in this.
Is it your book?
We're about halfway through it.
Wow.
Hello, Mr. On a Buffalo.
How goes it?
It's a beautiful day in this neighborhood.
Cool.
Yeah, if you
That's
think
really
100
clear
is
lights.
a beautiful day.
It rained here, like, I think we got 4 inches of rain today, which is a lot, but it's been in like the 60s after lots and lots of heat, so I am a somewhat happy man.
I would be too.
Artillery strike online.
Halfway there.
You want meatloaf while we're here? I'll make meatloaf. We can do ketchup meatloaf. We can do shepherd's
We
pie
almost have it.
meatloaf.
Hold on
We
for
can do
just a little longer.
mustard meatloaf. That's weird, but kind of good.
Fuel at 25%.
What are you rocking? Oh my
Really?
God.
Are we going to win this?
Oh, you're rocking
Well,
the light.
That was
Really?
Command is
Really?
here of your success and
all right.
on the surface.
This is MechWarrior
They must have
Online.
only had Urban Mech.
I like MechWarrior 5.
Firebox.
An assault could have gotten to the circle in that time if they needed to.
Because
Trade the world with their
Every
trade
last
and
one of us
stuff.
got 28 match score. All of them got 0.
I don't like the whole like cooperative.
What the hell was this?
PvE, VP.
Oh.
I don't like lobby based.
I mean, they had kit foxes
I do
and
tolerate planets. I'm a big fan of planet side.
yeah, they had
Always
2
been a
kit
big fan of
foxes.
planet side.
Those would have been their lights, who clearly didn't run for the circle.
It's like it takes something I love and then it don't.
Okay, I'm gonna go get something to eat. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Make me a taco. I'll be right back.
What a weird match.
And they're doing that.
They're working. I don't want to.
All right, I guess back to reading. I have to tell the fool something, don't I? He might prove inconvenient if his ego is not massaged. Tact was another quality Ninyu's adoptive father was trying to instill in him. The smiling one was nothing if not exacting. We have firmly repressed all efforts by the word of Blake to carry out attacks against Comstar facilities within the Combine, my lord. He smiled, an expression not at all suited to his scarred lips. If they agree to leave Comstar alone, internal security is willing to allow them some leeway in handling other matters. Oh, the Earl said. A kabuki actor's concept of a conspiratorial expression stole across his face. Ninyu had to bite down a laugh. So, you're going to let them put fat old Chandrasekhar in his place for you, huh? Among other things, Ninyu thought. His representatives were on the alert for feelers from the word of Blake at any time. The Blakes knew better than to try to work the Combine without clearing it with the ISF now. As he'd indicated to Fillington, internal security was going to grant the word of Blake permission to deal with this new heresy, as long as they accepted guidelines, which he and Subash were certain they would. He and his adoptive father were also sure that, in the word of Blake's eagerness to squash HTE and its presumptuous chief executive, they would compromise many of such assets as they had managed to infiltrate into the Combine without the ISF's knowledge. The smiling one was a master of games within games. Fillington looked from Ninyu to Katsuyama. Well, I'll just leave you gentlemen to fine-tune your plans. Dinner awaits after you've had enough of your fine evening sea air. Being around Ninyu seemed to make him nervous. As the planetary chairman turned and quickly headed back into the house, Ninyu stood there, willing Katsuyama to follow. The lure of a full table wasn't something the little man was much good at resisting. But Katsuyama insisted on hovering at his elbow, gray in the twilight, like a lumpy ghost. You have done well, Associate Director, Ninyu finally said. Katsuyama bobbed his head gratefully. Thank you, Lord Ninyu. Thank you so much. He made no move to leave. Ninyu turned to him and raised an eyebrow. Well? Katsuyama's tongue crept across his lips like a rat across temple steps. I know you are skeptical of the value of media manipulation, Lord. I was hoping this demonstration would open up the glories of the art to you. It appears to be working adequately in this case. My adoptive father displayed his usual wisdom in sending you to me. I trust you'll see his wisdom in bidding me stay with you to see this through. The media man took off his glasses, began to polish them with the tail of his smock. Have you never heard the phrase, let them eat cake, Lord Indraha? It was incorrect for Katsuyama to refer to Ninyu in that way. He would have to reprove him for it, eventually. In the meantime, he nodded, warily and slow. I've heard it. Katsuyama's face lit like a star shell. And do you know who said it, Lord? Some queen or another, in the days before spaceflight. A moment's thought. Ninyu's adoptive father had urged the study of history upon him. Life had been so much simpler when he'd been merely an ISF agent. They cut her head off for it, I believe. That's the one. Only she never actually said it. It was invented by the royal family's political enemies. On the basis of that bold lie, the king and queen were beheaded, an ancient monarchy deposed, the social order of all of Europe ultimately overturned. Katsuyama shook his head. His eyes glistened with moist, devotional fervor, as if he were being privileged to view the coordinator on his birthday. Do you not see the transcendent power and beauty of propaganda, Lord? That very same lie is used to good effect by social activists to this very day, put in the mouths of those who oppose their reforms, to discredit them. We usually have to put such activists to death, don't we? Ninyu asked. Well, yes. Still the toad refused to be squelched. Yet the principle remains valid. Very valid indeed, as we've just now demonstrated again. We have? Do you have any evidence that Chandrasekhar Kirita has the slightest interest in faster-than-light communications, Lord? No. Katsuyama showed him his uneven assortment of large, yellow teeth. Fortunately, it had gotten too dark to discern much detail. Then what is this news report but a big lie? And you'll see, it will serve us as well again. Let's hope it doesn't have to. Ninyu looked out at the sea. A hint of purple iridescence seemed to lie upon the restless water, bled from the sun gleam that edged the bottoms of the banks of black clouds. He turned to see that one of Hachiman's lesser moons had begun to peek over the great Trimurti Mountains, far inland. A few stars shone tentatively overhead. I'm going in, he said brusquely. Katsuyama adjusted his beret to a jaunty ankle. I do believe I'll join you. The conditions out here are absurd, Papa. Gavilar Camacho's handsome face was saying from the communicator on Don Carlos's desk. We haven't been able to hire adequate support staff. The plumbing keeps seizing up. The food is terrible. The colonel tuned his son out. Mother Mary forgive me, he thought, for I have made the boy what he is. But I cannot bear to listen to his whining any longer. The mech warriors of 1st Battalion were actually a good group, but like soldiers throughout time, they loved to gripe. Instead of dealing with it, or simply disregarding the bulk of it as sheer white noise, the younger Camacho's solution was to pass it along to his father. Gabby was a good boy, within his limitations, but even his proud father, Don Carlos, could see his maturity left something to be desired. Gavilan's appointment as battalion commander had caused a certain friction in the ranks. The other battalions were commanded by a rabbi and a singer. The Protestant chaplains, Reverends Odegaard and Poteet, and the Catholic padres alike sometimes wondered aloud why no good Christian cleric had been given a battalion. It wasn't an easy question to answer, at least, not to the faces of the men who asked it. Poteet was a blustering fool. Odegaard was not command material. Neither was Father Elfego Goldstein, whose family had been pious Catholics ever since the era when many politically alienated Jews had converted to the Church of Rome. Don Carlos's own confessor, Father Montoya, wasn't even a combatant. As for Father Dr. Roberto Garcia, he'd never take such a job, fortunately. He was not exactly a leader either, and the colonel could hear Father Montoya now. But we wished you to appoint a Catholic as battalion commander, my son. Instead, you give us a Jesuit. Ah, well, Gabby was a fine mech warrior. Everyone acknowledged that. He had even graduated from House Steiner's elite Nagelring Military Academy, as his sister had gone through Davian's new Avalon Military Academy. He had proven himself in combat. Even so, he was no more than a shadow of his sister as a mech warrior, Don Carlos told himself. You could never forgive either of them for that, could you? And so Patsy killed herself, and Gavilan spends his life in endless pursuit of a ghost. He noticed a light blinking on the console of his desk communicator. Gavilan, he said. I have another call. His son frowned petulantly. But, Father, it is on our employer's direct line. I will speak to you later. He broke the connection, but not without relief. Gavilan's face was replaced by that of HTE's security chief. Colonel Camacho, the Mirza said, I hope I find you well.
Kung Fu fighting.
Reactor online. Sensors online.
My mech was slow as butter.
All systems.
Override engaged.
Override
This is
engaged.
command. Eliminate all enemies, no matter the cost.
Don't give up your day job.
I'm trying to give up my day job, do you mind? But
No,
voiceover
don't
isn't paying me well enough yet.
It will.
Hopefully. That'd be nice.
You'll be a member of SAG or whatever they call it.
The Screen Actors Guild?
They have
Yeah.
a version of
Oh, yeah.
voiceover.
They do.
Target acquired.
Target
New
spotted.
target
Target
acquired.
spotted.
Target destroyed. Artillery strike online.
Target
That dude
spotted.
just sat there and ate my Thunderbolts.
Watch out, Lucas. There's 2 or 3 of them down there.
He literally just sat there and just ate my Thunderbolts.
Target spotted.
That was weird.
Online.
Target spotted. Target spotted.
25%. 0%. Artillery strike online.
Target spotted. Target spotted. Need assistance. Target spotted.
Fuel at 25%. New target acquired. Fuel at 25%. Artillery strike online. Fuel
Don't get
at
sloppy out
0%.
there.
Fuel at
Target spotted.
25%. Artillery strike activated. Fuel at 25%. Fuel at 0%. At 25%. Fuel at 0%.
Lost half our force. Need more soldiers.
New target acquired.
Target spotted.
Fuel at 25%.
Target spotted.
Bear,
The
no.
enemies are eliminated.
At 25%.
That annihilated
New
them.
target
spotted.
acquired.
I mean, as a whole, our team is just getting their butt handed to them.
Yep.
We've gotten 4 kills, and I think I've gotten 3 KMDDs.
New target acquired.
Target spotted.
New target
Target spotted.
acquired.
Target spotted.
New target acquired. New target acquired.
I can't believe that dude didn't die.
Control the surface. Can anyone read?
640 points of damage done. That Red Reaper was alive at like 12%. Yeah, 1 killing blow, 2 kill assists, 1 solo, 3 KMDDs. And arrows up.
Really? 8 o'clock?
New mech.
Was it? I thought it was. No, yeah, it is 8 o'clock. Yeah, I wouldn't talk about it. It scared me. 9 o'clock.
Okay. I was doing really nice.
And it's just the two of us, so we got all the weight in the world.
Yeah, I'm gonna go up some regular Thunderbolt mech.
As well as can be expected, praise the Virgin. And yourself. My health is excellent, Colonel. Thank you. But I admit I've been better. What can I do for you, Mirza? Have you heard the evening news? The Colonel smiled and shook his head. My duties leave me little time to watch HV. Permit me to replay you a segment from this evening's broadcast. When he had watched the piece about the spurious breakthrough at HTE, Don Carlos sighed heavily. We can expect a visit from Los Ateos soon, can't we? He asked. I beg your pardon. I'm not familiar with that name. The atheists. The Word of Blake adherents. To pious caballeros, the mainstream Comstar fanatics were no less atheistic, but the Colonel saw no need to explain that. Yes. The aesthetic face studied him a moment. Colonel, duty compels me to ask a question I find personally distasteful. Don Carlos smiled. I never hold the doing of one's duty against a man. Very well. You and most of your people are natives of the Free Worlds League. Many of your mech warriors formerly held commissions in the Merrick military. You yourself have a history of distinguished service to House Merrick before you became a mercenary. The thin lips compressed momentarily before the Mirza went on. Captain General Thomas Merrick is practically the Word of Blake's Primus in exile, he said. Colonel, is there any possibility of a conflict of interest here? Were my son listening, he would call you out for impugning my honor as a knight of Callisto. The thought came without heat. Don Carlos had acquired far more sophistication than he was comfortable with during his decades away from the quaint, archaic, and thoroughly insular Trinity. He understood full well why the Mirza had asked the question. What he felt was consternation. Before he could retire and hand their regiment over to Gavilan, the boy had a great deal to learn. "Do you know why I left Merrick's service, Mirza?" he asked, all the while thinking, "I'll bet you do, you bloodless old cabron." He respected the Mirza, but he also understood what he was. Abdul Sata shook his narrow saint's head. "Many years ago, I backed Tugan Merrick as successor to the Captain Generalship. After he and his father, Janos, were killed by an assassin's bomb, I retired from Merrick's service. I knew that whatever surviving heir won power, Thomas or Duncan, neither would find my services indispensable." Abdul Sata laughed softly. "You are a wise man indeed." "As to my people," Don Carlos shifted in his chair in an attempt to find comfort. It sometimes seemed to him as if the weight of every one of the 2,000 warriors, support personnel, and dependents who made up the regiment, and for whose well-being he was responsible, rode directly on his shoulders. "Most of them are from the League, yes, and most are voluntary exiles. We of the Trinity, what most of the Inner Sphere calls the Southwestern Worlds, prize our autonomy above all else. As Captain General, Thomas Merrick has usurped more power than any of his predecessors. He is pressuring our people sorely back home, trying to bring them into line. And as for this business of his being set up to become Primus in exile, there are fears back on our homeworlds that he intends to approve the Word of Blake as the established religion of the Free Worlds League. We caballeros are religious folk, Indios and Protestants, as well as good Catholics like myself. We have learned to live, mostly, at peace with one another's faith, and over centuries of strife, we have come to accept that the best way to protect our freedom of worship is to respect the same right in others. If the Captain General wishes to worship Blake, that is his concern. When his followers try to tell us that we must bow down before his false prophets, then we fight." "Thank you, Don Carlos," the Mirza said gravely. "I am satisfied, and I speak for Chandrasekhar as well. I hope you understand that I did not ask the question lightly." Colonel Camacho inclined his head. "I will begin recalling my troops at once," he said, "if it can be arranged. It might be best to bring them in at night, under cover of the river barges. No point in alerting our enemies to our preparations if we can avoid it, que no?" "Indeed not. If I may make a suggestion, Colonel." "I would be honored, Senor Abdul Sata." For a moment, a smile almost threatened to break out on the Mirza's ascetic mouth. Don Carlos noted again how it always seemed to startle these culebras that people from elsewhere in the Inner Sphere were as fond of ritual courtesies as they. "It seems unlikely that we face a full-fledged battle mech attack. For one thing, the ISF would hardly let mech-equipped Blake fanatics loose on Hachiman. We can anticipate something more along the lines of a commando raid. It might be best if you recalled no more than one battalion to avoid crowding your people. We don't have much spare housing within the compound." "I agree. I shall give the orders at once." Override engaged.
Override engaged.
What are you going for?
I'm not sure poor guy understands the all chat nuance.
I assume it was them chatting in team chat and accidentally hit the wrong button to chat that last one. So nice to be on this map when my max range is like 300.
Target acquired.
Contact, Delta 4.
It's a Creole. I'm in the Creole.
Light in basement.
Fox 4 high, ballistics mech.
New target acquired.
Target spotted.
New target acquired.
Target spotted.
New target acquired.
Target spotted.
Left flag critical damage. Left flag.
Multiples only shooting legs down in the basement. Black Lantern Brigade.
Leave them there.
Hey, there's like 5 mechs here.
And I'm just quitting out of that because that was bullshit. I'll be right back. I need to take a quick bio break. Clearly, a close-range mech is not what I need to be in tonight.
Ranger better. Bring one of your ever elusive light mechs.
Nah, I'm going to go the opposite way. Let's go heavy as hell.
There you go. You do you.
All right, I'm readied up whenever you're ready. I know you're probably still in the match.
Yes. Nope. I got jumped by 3 assaults all at once.
So, with this group, speaking in the Spanish type of an accent, it had me thinking about something.
Trinity and a bunch of other stuff too.
Yeah.
So.
It had me thinking about something that I learned. Did you know that when the Spanish came over to the United States, back before it was the United States, and they were looking for things to be able to bring back home, that they found a whole bunch of crystals that they wanted, that they thought would sell well back home. So they got as many of them as they could, and they loaded them up onto the boats to bring back home. And that was how they found out how much quartz goes in a galleon.
I get it. That was deep.
Deep is not the word I think I would choose for it, but okay.
Boy, howdy.
Abdul Satan nodded. I'll speak to our transport office and arrange for the barges. I believe we have the bottoms available to begin operations tonight. After an exchange of farewell pleasantries, the Mirza rang off. Don Carlos squeezed his eyes shut. It was a mistake. He saw Patsy again, surrounded by smoke Jaguar Omnimechs, a coyote battling mastiffs. His old battlemaster had been slow. Too slow. The door to his office opened. Marisol Cabrera entered, trim in her Merrick-style uniform, her dark auburn hair lightly dusted with gray, tied up on her head in a traditional Galician knot. She carried a plastic tray, on which sat a white teapot of heavy Galicio ceramic with 2 matching cups. All were painted in blue, with scenes of great horned ranger bulls doing battle with vaqueros in agromechs. The set had been fashioned by craftsmen on Don Carlos's own hacienda of Vado Ancho, and had accompanied him and the regiment on their many adventures throughout the inner sphere. She set the tray down before him. He smiled at the minty smell of the steam. "Yerba buena," she said. It will help you relax." "You know just what I need, Marisol," he said. "What would I do without you?" "Let me rub your neck," she said, moving around behind Don Carlos so he could not see her smile of pleasure at his words. He nodded, then groaned in satisfaction as her small, strong fingers began to knead at the knots of tension in his neck and shoulders. He closed his eyes, and this time his daughter's martyrdom did not rise up behind his lids. "I am getting too old for this," he said dreamily. "I should retire to Vado Ancho. My sister Marta grows old beyond her years with the strain of managing the place, but it would be a blissful rest for me. And I'd be willing to take my chances that Thomas Merrick no longer remembers which side a long-ago commander of the Free World's Legionnaires took in the succession dispute. And that will be permitted at least some of our ancient freedoms, until I'm safely resting with Patsy and the Queen of Heaven." He crossed himself. "What are you waiting for, Carlos?" she asked in his ear. "Why not give it over now? Surely you fought as long as any man must. Not even St. James the Moorslayer did more." And hand the 17th over to Gavilan. He almost shuddered. There were certain young bravados, particularly in his 1st Battalion, who would like that. But the older hands, and wiser heads, might not be as ready to accept the younger Camacho's leadership until he had shown he could truly bear the burdens of command. Don Carlos sighed. My son, what have I done to you?" He knew the answer all too well. "I cannot," he said. "At least not now. Have you heard the news?" "There was something about a scientific discovery here at this very place," she said. "It was a lie meant to cause trouble, to cover trouble. We are due to be attacked here soon. I have a duty to our employer and to my people. Surely I cannot rest until the danger has passed, and I have fulfilled my commission to Chandrasekhar Girita." It was Cabrera's turn to sigh, though she did so inaudibly. "You'll want to recall a battalion from the bivouac outside town?" He nodded. "The 1st, I think." "Por qué? They've had their turn here already. 3rd Battalion has yet to serve its rotation in the compound." "3rd is the greenest. 1st is our best battalion." "You must be so very proud of your boy for what he's made of them." Or what they've made themselves in spite of him. Still, it would be good seasoning for the lad. "Yes," Don Carlos said. "I shall see to all the arrangements," Cabrera told him, resting both hands briefly on his shoulders. He reached up to pat her hand. "Dear Marisol, ever the perfect executive officer. You are a treasure." Again, she was glad he could not see her face, could not see the pleasure in her dark eyes, nor the pain. Chapter 23. Masamori, Hachiman, Galadon District, Draconis Combine, 15 October 3056. Between 23:30 and midnight, workers arriving for the graveyard shift thronged the tubeway station beneath the center of the Hachiman Taro compound. Those workers jammed into the first two cars of the East Rain train, which served the lower middle class and upper laborer districts of Shinkobe, Hangan, and Kim, north of the compound, were aware of the presence of some 24 gaijin in the pastel jumpsuits of the late shift HTE employees. Politely, they refrained from questioning them or even staring too openly. Foreigners or not, these people had evidently been accepted into Uncle Chandy's uchi. They were not altogether tanin. Some of them carried gym bags with sporting good company logos printed on them. Several, in fact, from outside the combine. This was not remarkable. Uncle Chandy encouraged fitness among his employees and set aside a 1-hour workout break for those who desired to run, perform calisthenics, or practice kendo. The foreign logos, having begun to appear openly in combine markets only recently with Theodore's reforms, were already past their prime as status symbols in Masamori. The foreigners did not join quite so enthusiastically as the Masako in the rush for the exits when the train pulled into the HTE stop. They let the first quiet crush flow past them and out the doors toward the exit turnstiles, where the workers obediently queued to present their hollow badge IDs to a pair of guards in sky blue jumpsuits and helmets with a distinctive white stripe painted around them. The first of the foreigners was a head taller than most of the Masako. He wore a dark goatee and a Fab 3 decal on his hard hat, indicating he worked on building controller boards for household appliances in the northern part of the compound. His lemon yellow jumpsuit fit his lean frame loosely. The guards glanced at the ID he held up, nodded. As he started through the turnstile, a metal detector began to shrill.
Reactor online. Sensors online. Weapons online. All systems nominal.
Override engaged.
Override engaged.
Get to the target and capture it. Cut down any enemies that get in the way.
Sorry.
Yes.
Need to get your haggis.
Aye, laddie.
Stealth banner was going Echo 4.
I got hit in the head. Throwing 160 That's crazy.
Yeah, he just kind of nuts in Thanaros, so keep an eye out. He's going Echo 4.
That's rather sus.
He's somewhere in Echo 4, Delta 4. He's only got 2 Gauss rifles if you want to go take him out. Lights.
Target acquired.
Target spotted.
New target acquired. New target acquired.
Target spotted.
New target acquired.
Target spotted.
UAV up and confirmed. There's a sniper in the back as well. Watch it.
New target acquired.
Sorry. Target spotted. Sorry. Need assistance. Target spotted. Target spotted.
New target acquired.
Sorry.
New target acquired.
The only one over here. I'm the only one in the circle.
No, I'm right next to it, but in the circle maybe.
Need assistance. Target spotted.
Heat level critical. New target
Target spotted.
acquired.
Target spotted.
New target acquired. Heat
Target
level
spotted.
critical. New target acquired.
Target spotted. Need assistance.
New target acquired.
Okay, this is where they're coming from.
New target acquired. Major torso critical damage. Range incoming.
Target spotted.
Override shutdown.
Come on, kill him.
Heat level critical.
Okay,
Target spotted.
I have to be more mindful of my play.
Well, it didn't help that you and I were the only two basically in the circle.
Yeah, that made us targets.
Target spotted.
New target.
Initiate enhanced 25%. Do not let the enemy keep it up.
Artillery strike online.
They had multiple chargers in their
Target
thing.
spotted.
Can somebody get in the circle?
Target acquired.
Circle, circle, circle.
I'm trying.
The enemy is
Okay, it's kinda late
75%
for
of the
that.
way to victory. Shut them
Need
down.
assistance.
I can't. There's a cicada on me.
You want to take an LRM mode? No.
Your efforts here have been seriously disappointing. The enemy is victorious.
Supply cache. Let's see what kind of refuge I got. A rare supply cache. AC5, LRM10, large pulse, and a Dreamcatcher. It's like LINO. Which I already have like.
I'm not terribly impressed with the build on this Highlander. I'll have to get in there at some point and make some changes. But not right now.
I will take El Moonwalker.
From inside its baggy jumpsuit, the goateed man produced a compact semi-automatic pistol with built-in sound suppressor. Before either guard could react, he had shot both between the eyes. From a news kiosk inside the concourse, a voice shouted a phrase he did not understand as the whole situation went abruptly and totally to hell. The words meant, "Get down," in Japanese. Unruly though they could be, the residents of Hachiman were amazingly docile and obedient by the standards of most of human space. When the voice of command told them to get down, they dropped unquestioningly onto their bellies, leaving 24 Gaijin Word of Blake terrorists standing with their teeth in their mouths. From kiosks, from behind square structural columns, from maintenance closets, yellow muzzle flashes flared. The tall man with the goatee had time to shout a defiant slogan in praise of Blake, trigger the pre-programmed emergency broadcast from the communicator he held in his left hand, and raise his silenced pistol. Then a score of bloody flowers bloomed on his chest, driving him back a half-dozen steps even before he could fall. The 24 Aztecs stationed in hiding in the two-way station were not mech warriors, but they were warriors just the same, and none had served the regiment with spanner and torch alone. Many had been blooded before ever leaving the homeworlds. Most of the terrorist commandos were cut down as they were still grabbing for weapons concealed in their clothing or their gym bags. 4 of them managed to break past the barriers, hurling grenades and firing full auto. They reached the stairs that led to the surface, started up. Her face bleeding from half a dozen grenade fragments, Staff Sergeant Bell, the diminutive Akoma woman in charge of the ambush, pressed a contact on the small black unit she held in her hand. It made a distinctive clacking sound. The pair of claymore mines had been placed so they would fire their hail of steel marbles at an upward angle, over the heads of the obediently prone laborers, and straight into the Word of Blake raiders, blasting them to shreds from the stairwell. Sergeant Bell had not forgotten her first duty in the hot rush of action. She had hit her own panic button before opening fire herself. Alarm klaxons had scarcely begun their rising, falling whine above ground when a huge white flash came from the north wall of the compound. The noise of an explosion rolled like a wave across the great enclosure. With winding servos and the thud of great metal feet, the battle mechs of the 17th began to move. Don Carlos had been keeping a whole company at a time in their machines for 4-hour shifts. With 6 companies inside the compound's walls, nobody got a day off, but the colonel believed his mech warriors were at their sharpest when they weren't in the cockpit for too long at a stretch, and 20 hours out of 24 was plenty of stand-down time. Bronco was the hot company tonight, and suspecting the terrorists might try to take advantage of shift change, Colonel Camacho had his watches staggered so they did not coincide with those of the compound workers. The other companies, in stages of alertness ranging from ready zoom to pulling rack time, began to race for their machines. Cassie nodded to Zuma and Diana, bulky in their armor vests, who were overseeing non-combatants and dependents, mostly children under 12, who were already streaming into underground air raid bunkers. Whether Uncle Chandy had anticipated the inevitable time when the clan truce ended, or whether he simply believed in planning for any contingency, the compound had been well prepared to endure a siege before the 17th ever got there. Cassie kicked her little Honda Rheinmetall motorcycle into life and snarled off in the direction of the blast. A believer in stealth as the foremost virtue, even over mobility, she usually disdained any transport with a mill in it. But with sirens going off everywhere, vehicles racing in all directions, and battle mechs rumbling into action, the noise of the bike's engine would make no damned difference. And not even Cassie's powerful legs could drive her MiG mountain bike across the vast compound as quickly. She snarled past the mech assembly buildings, vast, brightly lit caverns that seemed almost portals to other worlds. In front of her, a giant shadow strode purposefully forward. She felt a reflex twinge of panic at the sight of an Atlas's all-too-familiar silhouette. She felt a second twinge then, because there was only one Atlas hot at this time of night. Don't pull a patsy on me, Lady K. Those aren't Tigre Omnis we're facing, but that doesn't mean they can't hurt you in your 100-ton cocoon. Somehow she doubted her new metal friend was one to take anything for granted, which reassured her. The metal monster raised its right hand in greeting as Cassie swerved to pass it. On the 360 display above her Transpex view screen, Captain Callie MacDougall saw the figure of a wasp rising past the pagoda-like citadel, visible as a moving blot of blackness against star-shot black, above the yellow light dome cast by the compound floods. "Sabato," she said into the mic that curved in front of her mouth from her neurohelmet. "Get your butt back down on the ground. Don't make yourself a target until we know what we're up against." A double flare of jump jets as the jock clutched the gyros to tilt his machine back and brake his forward progress. "Affirmative, Lady K," came back into her ears. "Lo siento." "Winger," Callie said, calling one of the two pilots patrolling the north wall. "You read me, Winger? Tecolote?" "Teco here, Captain," replied Lieutenant J.G. Hector Teco Alvarez, piloting the regiment's sole Jägermech. "There's a great big puto of a hole in the wall up here. Lots of small arms fire coming in at the blues holding out in the North Unit fab buildings. I saw Winger's Jenner take a rocket right to the cockpit. His systems are all shut down." "He punch out?" "Negative, Lady K. Ay, cabron. A whole boatload of rockets just missed me." "Use the buildings for cover and shoot back." Run-ins with clan elementals and, ironically, having the obsessive and highly successful mech slayer Cassie Stewthorn in the unit had gone a long way toward eroding the Caballero's smug MechWarrior prejudice that the only true threat to a battle mech was another battle mech. Lady K's people were nervous about facing infantry armed with anti-mech weapons and fanatical enough to use them, especially once they got in among the hardened buildings of the compound. Restricted mobility and daggers-drawn engagement range made a built-up area like that perfect for just the kind of nasty ambush their own Abtaka so loved to spring. "The cavalry's on the way," Callie assured Teco. And then she had time to think. Sierra Foxtrot, this fandango's just begun and I've already lost a man. A hell of a start to her career as a company commander. There were voices in the back of her head, familiar voices, telling her she was bad and stupid and would fail. She set her jaw. She had long since learned to recognize those voices. They were the enemy. The hostile figures stealing through the night with their man-portable SRMs were nothing more than potentially lethal nuisances. One good thing about being strapped into a BattleMech cockpit in the midst of a firefight, she thought, makes it darned hard to break your sobriety. She talked to Zuma after this one was in the books, if they both made it through. Right now, she had to buckle down to the business of pulling her command through. She recited a prayer to herself and punched up the command net. "Bronco Company, we have a major breach in the north wall. Heavy fire incoming, small arms and anti-armor." It took Cassie less than 10 seconds to decide the north wall attack was a feint. It didn't look like a feint when she'd come skidding broadside out of the mouth of a compound street near the river to look west along the avenue running inside the perimeter. The Blues, the Caballeros called HTE's own security troops, were indeed trading an impressive volume of fire with a force trying to push through a breach 15 meters across. Awful big blast, she thought. Van bomb, I'll just bet. Fertilizer and fuel oil. She could see bodies sprawled in the opening, and on the far side, a Jenner showing no sign of damage, but also no signs of life. Just then she saw Teco's Jägermech step out of a street west of the breach and hose down the hole with the big autocannons in either arm. The Word of Blake terrorists were as fanatical as advertised, answering the Jäg's barrage with an immediate swarm of SRMs that blew big chunks out of the cement-bunkered fab buildings of North Unit. Cassie saw a couple of rockets flash off against the mech's barrel belly before it ducked back. They were burning man-portable missiles as if they were free, and that was what clued her in. unarmored infantry could never hope to batter its way into a fortified compound against resistance from battle mechs supported by ground troops, no matter how many SRMs they were willing to light off. What they could do was cause some hurt and make a whole lot of noise. Tiburon, she said into the mic in the commo headset she'd crammed on before peeling out. Tiburon, this is Abtaka. Come in, Tiburon. He isn't on the net yet, came the dry, supercilious voice of Gordo Baird. This is Colonel Baird. You can give your information to me. Is there anybody else on the command net? Now, just a minute, young lady.
Sensors online. Weapons online.
That's so funny. I don't want to talk to you. Is there anybody else here? Override engaged.
Override engaged.
Yeah, it is.
Alright, I'm pretty freaking slow. I'll be doing my best to keep up with you guys.
Oh, look, we already have an AFK.
That was a full-blown disconnect. That wasn't
Mm-hmm.
it was
Maybe he'll be back.
So.
Only if you worry about the Abtaka.
I don't see anything towards the E6 yet.
Echo 6 hill.
Saw somebody out there for a second.
Target spotted.
Target
Target
acquired.
spotted.
And now we wait.
Target spotted.
Target acquired. New target acquired. Target
Target
acquired.
spotted.
New target acquired.
After you're kind of isolated, E7.
We got an LRM boat for
Target
these
spotted.
spots.
They're pushing in. F7. Watch the top.
Target acquired. Target destroyed. New target
Target
acquired.
spotted. Target spotted. Target spotted.
F7, they're up top.
Target spotted.
New target acquired.
They are all up top. They got top guys.
Critical. New target acquired.
Target spotted.
Override shut down. New target New target acquired. Warning, incoming missile.
Target spotted.
New target acquired.
Target spotted. Target spotted.
New target acquired. Warning,
Target
incoming
spotted.
missile. Warning, incoming missile. Warning, incoming missile. Warning, incoming.
Target spotted.
Maybe we can get up there on those missile boats that just rained
Yeah,
on me
7-1
free.
touch.
New target acquired.
Target spotted.
New target
Target
acquired.
spotted.
New target acquired.
Target spotted. Target spotted.
New target acquired. Target destroyed. New target acquired. Target destroyed. New target acquired.
I think we kicked their butt, Bear.
I think so too. Come here, little fishy. Little fishy.
Target spotted.
Target destroyed.
Last man.
Last guy's going to be in an Arctic Wolf trying to fire ATMs from somewhere in the back.
You said where?
I don't know for sure, but it's XDC Hurricane. He's always in an Arctic Wolf with ATMs.
Let's just go cat base.
He has locks on me somehow, so he's here.
Enemy base is being captured.
Just push their base. This isn't worth it.
All he ever does is sit in the back and missile with his Arctic Wolf.
Enemy base
You
is
should not be
being
that way.
captured.
G9H9 line.
Enemy base is being captured. Target
spotted.
acquired.
Oh, look. It's XDC Hurricane in an Arctic Wolf. Sitting off in the distance somewhere to missile at everybody.
Enemy base
You must
is
be
being
psychic.
captured.
I must be.
Well, instead of calling
Oh,
California
guys, don't
psychics,
kill
we call them
yourselves.
Massachusetts psychics. Where they go, I predict your future, eh?
God, the
Enemy
Moonwalker
base
beat
is
me.
Yeah,
being
he-
captured.
Target spotted.
Enemy base is being captured.
Good game.
Yeah, guys.
Yep, he played exactly as he always plays. 0 killing blows, 6 kill assists, 3 KMDDs, 923 done, 315 taken, arrows up.
It's not really that hot here, but the humidity is up, which, makes things uncomfortable.
Yes.
I went to New York for a conference in the summertime, something I should never have done. Well, I had a lot of problems there. Felt like a wet rag all the time.
Yep. Lady K's reading you, Abtaka. GA. Imagine being glad to hear the voice of a mech pilot. I'm at the breach, Lady K. You around here? Getting there. Doc Lady's a big-legged bitch and slow, but she's pure mean. Some of the other Broncos ought to be up with you, though. Lady K and any Yaros listening, I think this is a fake. I say again, the attack up here is a diversion. That brought a babble of excited comment, mostly from the Bronco mech pilots who had come up to support Teco and the Blues. That's ridiculous, Baird said, overriding the babble. From all reports, this is a major raid. They're busting lots of caps, Gordo. That doesn't mean this is where they're taking their big shot. Abtaka, this is Badlands. We had a bunch try to come in through the tubeway station. Zuma's people try gulch them. No survivors. See? Baird said with a horn triumph. It is a two-pronged attack. HDE security has already talked to a prisoner from the breach. The two attacks are all there are. Cassie wheeled her bike and gunned it south, toward the dark approaching bulk of Callie's Atlas. That's all your bird knows about, she said, bent low over the bars. She streaked past the Atlas. Badlands, I'm headed for the south wall. I want you to send scout platoon that way. They'll get there before me. Lieutenant Junior Grade Suthorn, this is desertion in the face of an enemy. Captain Powell, you are to hold your platoon in reserve until... Cram it, Gordo, Badlands Powell snarled. You're not in my chain of command, and try to remember to use call signs like a real soldier. Abdaka, I will comply. Badlands out. Nothing up here Bronco can't hold, Lady K added. And if the real action's down south, it'll all be over but the shouting by the time I lead-footed down there anyway. Colonel Carlos Camacho sat in the cockpit of Great White, his captured clan mech, and dreamed. Queries and situation reports crackled in his neurohelmet. They went unheeded. He was in a different time, a different place. The Drac mining world of Geronimo, facing the inexorable advance of the fearful Tigres, Clan Smoke Jaguar. The 17th and their DCMS allies were falling back again, trying to gain enough space and time for dropships to evacuate the battered units. Only the brutal terrain of the Contra-Pelagian Mountains, into whose heart the Inner Sphere survivors were retreating, kept the faster Clan Omnis from overrunning them. The terrain and the equally brutal ambushing tactics of the Caballeros. They had almost reached the broad caldera of a long-dormant volcano, a place where dropships could put down to rescue the mech warriors and their dependents. A star of Tigres had lunged ahead of the pack and were pressing hard, even as the first ships were landing. Don Carlos well remembered the thrill of despair and terror as the first fast-riding Clan Puma broke free of the rocks and raced down upon the laggard survivors. The rest of the mixed star followed close behind, eager for the kill. And he recalled with pride and grief the way Patsy's Phoenix Hawk, La Capitana, suddenly flew out from between the knife-toothed lava cliffs, rich in metal ores, which had concealed it from the clanners' better sensors. She had been firing her weapons point-blank into the Puma's head from above even before the pilot's gene-engineered reflexes could react. The Smoke Jaguar mech warrior was probably dead before the Phoenix Hawk's right foot smashed through the weakened top armor of his battle mech's head. And then Patsy was in the midst of the star's surviving 4 mechs, which had been forced by the terrain to close their formation, and was slashing about like a mad thing. She was giving the Tigres no chance for the one-to-one duels they favored. In particular, no chance for one of the enemy mechs to engage her while the others raced to destroy the descending dropship. She made them all fight her. She made them all kill her. Again, Don Carlos relived the agony of his battlemaster's ponderous progress, watching as the Omnis blasted Patsy to pieces. By the time her Phoenix Hawk's cockpit was hammered into a smoking cavity, the rest of 1st Battalion was within range. Patricia Camacho was swiftly avenged. Don Carlos himself held the Star Commander's Madcap by the arm while he roasted the pilot alive, pressing the muzzle of his PPC against the Transpec's canopy and firing until his own heat soared well past the red line and his cooling system overloaded. He had been forced to eject to avoid being cooked himself. The overeager star of Klansmen were slaughtered. The shell-shocked DCMS and 17 survivors boarded the dropships, carrying with them the mostly intact Mad Cat as a final defiant trophy. It went a little way to assuage pride battered by their swift, inevitable defeat. But nothing could ease the loss of Patricia. And nothing could ever lessen the pain of knowing why the regiment's most brilliant pilot and beloved officer had chosen to die. Don Carlos sat amid his thoughts in the compact but comfortable Mad Cat cockpit and did not hear the voices calling his name. Crotch Crit Cowboy.
The Knight of Knee.
Knee.
Just got a flesh wound. Come on. You're missing a bloody arm.
I am not.
Reactor online.
You're not?
Sensors
Come on.
online. Weapons online. All systems nominal.
Override engaged.
Override engaged.
Looks like someone's gonna get killed by the rising cost of living.
Which central bank is usually with him?
Looks like we got a lot of people who are heading up.
They're going to just head straight for their drop zone? Or their...
No, I mean up on the wall.
Target spotted.
Target acquired.
And so I won't.
I'm not built for that kind of stuff.
New target acquired.
Target spotted.
New target acquired. New target acquired. New target acquired. Base is being captured. New target acquired. Base is being captured.
Affirmative. Affirmative.
New target acquired. Base is being captured. New target acquired.
Target spotted. Target
Fucking
spotted.
shit. Come on. It's like they're almost on the wall.
Target spotted.
New target acquired.
Target spotted.
New target.
Target spotted.
Damn it, Jim!
Warning,
Pull yourself
incoming
together.
missile. New target acquired. New target acquired.
Target spotted.
New target acquired. New target acquired. Left torso destroyed. Left arm destroyed. Autocannon ammo destroyed. Center torso critical damage.
Oh boy.
Autocannon destroyed.
5 minutes in, they're looking a little better right now than we are.
Heat sink destroyed. Right torso
I'm running for my life.
They're coming up heavy on the right flank.
Maybe somebody could push up with me so I wasn't the only one taking all their fire.
I know, right?
I'm coming.
It's a little late. I'm dead now.
Down to 55%.
But I sprayed the shit out of them.
I got 600 damage done already.
Warning incoming.
Remember, guys, the point of this map is not to just sit up on the wall and try to fire at them. It's to engage the enemy.
New target acquired. New target acquired. New target
There are
acquired.
long-range weapons in this game.
What? There are? No. You got to be shitting me.
New target acquired.
Target spotted.
New target acquired. New target acquired. Target acquired.
Almost this entire fucking match is happening up on the walls. From both sides. I hate this map. I wish I could just say I don't ever want to play on this map. If you're going to put me in this map, just go ahead and drop me from the match already.
New target acquired.
Is that an option? Can we put that in there as an option?
Wouldn't that be nice?
New target acquired. Target destroyed. New target acquired.
Spotted.
New target acquired. Center torso critical damage. Right arm critical damage. Right arm destroyed. Right torso critical damage. Machine gun
I
destroyed.
take my mom.
New target acquired. New target acquired. UAV activated. New target acquired. New target acquired.
Now here's something we hope to really like.
New target
Anything other than
acquired.
HPG?
I'll even play Tourmaline Desert. Or Volcano.
Anything other than HPG?
Jolly Lobber. What is it he's doing?
Warning incoming.
Oh, look, I was like the first or second one dead, and I got arrows up. Had easily the most damage on our team. I'm rocking AC2s. I could have sat back on the wall and just, sniped at them, but why? I got to get out of an assault.
Okay. I think I will too.
Let's see. What do I got that could be fun? Let's play this. Chapter 24. Masamori, Hachiman, Galadon District, Draconis Combine, 15 October 3056. The communicator's chime whipped Lainey Shimazu instantly from sleep. She rolled over and hit the button. Shimazu? Taisa, this is the ready room. We're monitoring civilian guidance control traffic down here. The Deca report a major firefight in the Hachiman Taro compound. Explosions and gunfire, perhaps missile. So, the word of Blake is heard from. Lainey swung long legs off the futon and sat up. Chandrasekhar Kirita had denied the rumors of a new hyperpulse breakthrough, and indeed disavowed any interest whatsoever in hyperpulse technology. No one expected the word of Blake fanatics to buy it. Behind her bare back, her nocturnal companion stirred. She ignored him. Just now, she couldn't even remember his name. Bring the regiment to condition yellow. I want 1st Battalion hot and online. Everybody else stand by. I'm on the way. Shimazu out. She stood up, looked around for her panties. Her partner was sitting up in bed, blinking sleepily at her through his shock of black hair. What do you think you're doing? The young man demanded. He was from a good Masamori family, long, lithe, and tanned. All of it, the tan, the muscles, were a product of the gym, not the hard soldier's life. He was basically a toy. Out, she said, in no mood to explain. Business. If I haven't worn you out too much for you to even think of leaving, he said, stretching so she could admire the play of muscles under his sleek, expensive hide. Then get back here. I told you, it's business, Lainey said flatly. He bounced naked to his feet, handsome face twisted in fury, one hand cocked to strike. Her eyes went from almost black to maroon. He stopped, standing with his feet tangled in the bedclothes and his fist drawn back. If you hit me, she said, I'll break both your arms and have my men throw you naked in the street. You can't talk to me like that, you whore. I have connections. Who will rapidly become disconnected if they learn you've been coupling with a no-class ETA bitch. By the time the young man's impulse to violence passed, Lainey had pulled on her panties and gotten a white cotton t-shirt from her drawer. Her heavily padded MechWarrior cooling gear stood by the wall like an ancient suit of samurai armor. It would not be the first time she'd driven her Mauler wearing nothing under it. She pulled the t-shirt over her head and faced the youth, whose name she suddenly remembered. You were adequate, Yuki, but you were starting to become a bore. Run on back to your little rich girls and forget all about me. I'm an officer in the DCMS. Any kind of cheap jack juvenile revenge you try to run on me will only blow up in your pretty face. Cut your losses and go. He glared at her a moment, then seemed to simply deflate. He turned away to find his own clothes. She started clambering into her mech jock suit. He had already ceased to exist for her. We've reached word from HTE Security. Gordo Baird's voice, smug and hateful, hissed into Cassie's headset. Their people on the south wall report no activity at all. You're leading our reserves on a wild goose chase, Lieutenant Suthorn. Cassie grunted. With the bike parked up against a fabrication building, she was on foot, peering up and down the perimeter road along the south wall. A few other scouts had arrived on their bikes and stood hunched over next to her. Blue patrols were moving along the base of the wall. A 4-man squad trotted toward the little knot of scouts. They didn't seem to have spotted the mercenaries yet. Guess that's it, Cass, said Staff Sergeant Willard Drygulch Dix, a rangy blonde hillbilly from Callisto. Even the hillbillies' cowboy brethren often dismissed them all as slow-witted. Dix had a droll and deliberate mode of speech. Cassie knew better than to make that mistake about him. Best be getting back north. Mierda de to, Cassie said. Why would there still be so many blues at the other end of the compound from where the action is? She shouldered her assault rifle, leaned around the corner, and fired a single shot into the middle of the blue jumpsuited chest in the lead. The security guard sat down hard, losing his rifle. The other 3 dove for cover in the shadows of the fab building. A moment later, so did the one Cassie had shot. He ain't bleeding, Dry Gulch, Jimmy Escobar said. Body armor, the sergeant said. Blues don't wear no body armor. Cassie switched circuits on her communicator. All units, we have infiltrators coming across the south wall. Be advised, some are dressed as HTE security. Challenge any blues you see. If they're in body armor, they're ISF. Override engaged.
Howdy.
Negative.
Is this Battlefield 6?
Sorry. Sorry.
Not 100% sure, but I don't think so.
Sorry. Sorry.
Somebody spotted me.
Target spotted.
Now from where?
Target spotted.
No.
Target spotted. Target spotted. Target spotted.
Come on, let me out of here.
Target spotted.
Target acquired.
Target spotted.
They're pushing the center.
New target acquired.
Target spotted.
4 of them on top.
You ain't got it.
New target acquired. New target acquired.
Sorry.
New target acquired.
Low signal, Charlie 4. We got a stealth or an ECM in the area.
Yeah, I got a good shot at him a couple times.
New target acquired.
Up on the wall, Charlie 4 high.
Target spotted.
Warning, incoming
Drop
missile.
down. Back on the wall. Delta 4.
New target acquired.
Need assistance.
Heat level critical.
Target spotted.
Back flank.
Target spotted.
New target acquired. New target acquired.
Herb Meckie's right behind
New
you.
target acquired.
Target spotted.
New target acquired.
One of the 2 killed.
New target acquired.
Oh, I see what you're in.
Jenner heavy PPC.
That's a big gun for such a small mech.
Target spotted.
New target acquired.
You can shoot
Target
it fast.
destroyed.
Yep.
New target acquired. Target acquired. New target acquired. Target destroyed.
He's got no idea where you're at.
Target spotted.
Target acquired.
Arctic Cheetah still high, Delta 3.
Target spotted. Target spotted.
New target
Target spotted.
acquired. New target acquired. New target acquired. Target acquired. Center torso critical damage. New target acquired.
I may have to purchase one of those. I don't play lights that often, but that's a pretty cool mech.
It's kind of fun.
New target acquired.
If I could fucking hit with it.
Do we still have any snipers up on the walls?
New target acquired. New target acquired.
Target spotted.
Is that target low or high?
Left arm.
Well, damn it all to hell.
That's it. Back it up. The hostiles are taking control of the target.
I got an equals out of it.
You probably did the most damage on our team.
Nah, because then I would have gotten an up arrow, but I missed so many freaking shots.
Not by much.
No, but a miss is a miss.
Yep.
Tiburon still not responding. Gavilan Camacho had no sooner settled the neuro helmet over his head and shoulders than the words crackled in his ears. We got us a situation at the south wall. Infiltrators breaking in, some of them wearing blue uniforms. This is Falcon, Gavilan said. I am assuming command. That was a questionable call, since fellow Force Commander Maccabee Barchoba had seniority on him. But 2nd Battalion was stood down this shift, its people chowing, taking care of maintenance or pulling rack time. The rabbi wasn't on the net yet himself. He was probably still climbing the ladder to the cockpit of his Warhammer. He wasn't as young and spry as he used to be. Taking no chances, Gavilan rapped out, All active mechs, check in. Responses rattled back with gratifying crispness. That was one thing about the Caballeros. They gave endless backchat under whichever of the good Lord's sons happened to be shining on them. But when the hammer came down, they got right to business. Bronco was pretty fully committed to the North Wall breach. Several of Cochise's mechs were already engaged up there as well. Incoming fire from the Blake Raiders, forted up in the workers' housing north of the compound, was rapidly beginning to slacken as the awesome firepower of a dozen battle mechs was brought to bear on them. 2nd Battalion was only just settling into their mechs. Most of Adelante was up, though, and ready to go. I'm going to show them how it's done, Gabby thought. His father had been leading from the rear for far too long. Gavilan would never dream of questioning his father's courage, and would call out anybody who did. It was just that the old man had grown too cautious of his children. He preferred to remain on top of the action as much as possible, instead of in the hot red core of it. Follow me, Gabby said, and set his Shadowhawk into a run toward the south wall. The impact of the mech's footfalls jarred his tailbone, even through his seat padding. The Hawk had a gait like a mule. No Shadowhawk he'd ever been in had a smooth ride at running speed, but Red-tailed Hawk was worse than most. The scouts who first spotted the ruse were hollering for help. The fake blues had them massively outgunned and were driving them back. Worse, some of the intruders had already gotten past them into the compound. He came into sight of the wall. In his enhanced vision, muzzle flashes flickered like hyperactive fireflies from the inside of the ramparts. Too slow, he thought, then gathered his mech into a crouch and jumped. The soar of the jets filled his ears as the Shadowhawk soared forward over the low South Fab buildings. He bit his lip beneath his mustache, fighting to keep his machine steady in an unexpected crosswind. Bullets from the wall ahead of him ticked off the Hawk's armor like beaks of hens scratching for millet. Gabby wasn't terribly proficient at jumping a mech, probably because he didn't like jumping mechs, except maybe for the fearsome 95-ton Clan Gladiator. He liked big mechs, the heavier the better. Not like his sister, leaping all over creation in her Phoenix Hawk. Only thing was, Daddy wouldn't let him drive one. Don Carlos insisted his son should be a mobile commander. No Atlas for him, or even his father's old Battlemaster. The SRMs that darted at him from the top of the wall took him by surprise. Coming into the net late, he wasn't expecting the intruders to fire at him with mech-class weaponry. None actually hit him, but they did startle him into backing off the jump jet trigger ever so slightly. Enough so that he dipped down, caught a toe on the roof of a fab, and flopped face first into the building with a rending crash.
Reactor online. Sensors online. Weapons online. All systems.
Override engaged.
Override engaged.
Command, eliminate all enemies, no matter the cost.
Target acquired. New target acquired.
Target spotted. Target spotted. Negative.
New target acquired.
Target spotted.
Like that, I should not have missed that shot.
New target acquired.
Target spotted.
I'm horrible with this heavy PPC for some reason.
Thanks.
It fires pretty, the velocity of it's pretty slow.
Target spotted. Target spotted.
New target
Target spotted.
acquired.
Target spotted. Thanks.
New target acquired.
Target spotted.
New target acquired.
Target spotted. Need assistance.
New
Need
target
assistance.
acquired.
Target spotted.
Is anybody moving up?
Negative.
They are.
Right side torso on the stalker. Focus. Right side torso. Target into the... Everywhere is open now.
Target
Party
destroyed.
time. Push up.
New target
Charlie 4.
Well, it's up to dead, so. Push up.
We're pushing. Charlie 4. Everybody move towards Charlie 4.
Delta 4 heard.
Shit. We need to go towards Charlie 4. Into Bravo 4.
Target spotted.
Pick off anything in the rear you can get.
Target spotted.
Charlie's a good pick.
We're experiencing some target spotted. Don't get sloppy out there.
Shoot him in the back. Next assault mech, take it down.
There's a big boy in D5, just be careful, he dropped over the edge. Bunch of ERs.
Target spotted.
Missiles away.
Affirmative. Target spotted. Target spotted. Need assistance. Target spotted.
Target destroyed. New target acquired.
Target spotted.
Warning, incoming missile. Warning, incoming missile.
We've lost half our force. Can't lose any more
At
soldiers.
25%. New target acquired.
The guy standing still like that.
Target
Stand
spotted.
still and shoot him. Core your damage.
New target acquired. Fuel at 25%.
They are getting locks on me like it feels like instantly.
Yeah, me too.
Fuel at 0%. Target destroyed. Target acquired. New target acquired.
See, I cannot fucking hit. Like, most of my shots are fucking missing with this thing.
Yeah, it's like the hitbox is all messed up.
And I swear I've got the target on him and they're just not hitting.
Would you need to restart the game or something?
Oh no, that wouldn't make any difference. It's this mech in particular that I have issues with. And it's probably more me than anything else.
Not the game.
Oh no.
Well, I did 339 damage.
I got 2 kills, but not enough for an up arrow. The public wants to see things blowing up, Archie, Mariska Savage said in a patient voice. The public also wants human interest stories, Archie Weston replied, equally patient. The two had the most reasonable disputes any Southwesterner had ever seen. They were the wonder of the regiment. The pair were with Zuma, Diana Vasquez, and a pair of blue security troopers, overseeing a score of the regiment's children in the underground infirmary that was providing shelter during the alert. If the fight keeps up, or comes to us, we can get all the action your heart desires, Archie explained. This is our perfect chance to humanize the 17th for our audience. Show that mercenaries are something other than cold-blooded fighting machines like the mechs they ride. Diana smiled. She had a baby in either arm and crooned comfortingly to them. The older children sat calmly among the examining tables, playing with toys. They showed no sign of fear at the muted racket from outside. They were caballeros too. Zuma laughed and clapped his hands. I like that arch. That's pretty good. The chief Aztec had an auto-loading shotgun tucked under his arm. Father of 6 kids, he, like Diana, spent a fair amount of his free time working in the nursery. His own children, along with Diana's son and most of the regiment's other youngsters, were out at the sportsplex. They would only be moved into the compound if the whole regiment transferred here. Archie, Mariska said in mock exasperation, if you're going to wax poetical, at least wait till I get the audio recording up and running. Archie laughed. Why don't you do that? I'll see if I can remember what I said. Grinning, the camera woman was just unlimbering her holocorder when a pair of blues, a man and a woman, came trotting down the steps. The 2 security guards already in the room glanced at them. The older one frowned, starting to approach the newcomers. The female raised her machine pistol and fired a brief burst into his stomach. The noise was shattering in the confined space. Several children began to cry. Good Southwesterners, they were all flat on the floor before the tears began to flow. Consider yourself hostages, the male newcomer said. He had blond hair and black eyes with pronounced epicanthic folds. If you remain calm, no one will be. Zuma had let the shotgun slide down so the pistol grip fell into his hand. Now he raised it and fired one-handed, the blast catching the female fake blue in the midriff and slamming her against a black-topped counter. Her head snapped back against a metal towel dispenser. She dropped to her knees. Moving with mongoose reflexes, the male intruder shot the remaining blue as he reached for his holstered sidearm, then pivoted to hose bullets at Zuma from his assault rifle. The chief Aztec ducked behind an examining table. It would be mere seconds before the jacketed rounds punching through the pedestal's thin metal found him. Archie Weston hit the gunman in a credible body slam and drove him back into the wall. The assassin dropped his assault rifle as Archie drove a fist into his belly. The man's body bent over only slightly in response. The ballistic cloth armor he wore under the blue HTE security jumpsuit absorbed most of the blow. He kneed Archie hard in the groin, then sent him reeling back with an elbow slam to the face. Zuma popped up again and shot the man in the belly with the shotgun. The intruder roared. Even with the body armor, the load of double-aught buckshot had to cause incredible pain. He whipped out a Tonto-style dagger, started forward. The chief Aztec walked 3 more blasts up the man's body. The final one struck him in the face and dropped his headless body flopping to the floor. Archie had picked himself up again. He had one of the fallen blue's sidearms in his hand. Don't move! The voice was a ghastly hiss between bloody lips. The female commando sat with her back to the wall and a pistol stuck in the ear of 4-year-old Lucy Aragon, who was in the main compound for treatment of a bad case of measles. The blue jumpsuit's belly had been ripped open to reveal a black desk commando suit beneath. Her face was a mask of blood. The corner of the cowl dispenser had opened her scalp, and she might also be bleeding from the mouth from the effects of Zuma's shotgun blast. But her blue eyes blazed with fanatical fervor to match any Blackie's. Drop the gun, or the girl dies, she said. Diana Vasquez stood up from behind a table, still holding an infant in her left arm. Her right arm was by her side. Her lovely Madonna's face was fixed. The assassin looked at Zuma. Do it, she said. Well, we know how that's going to go.
Reactor online.
Don't threaten the kids.
Weapons online. All systems nominal.
Override engaged. It also almost violates the one rule of action movies. There's one rule above all others in action movies. Not sure if you're familiar with it, Bear. Never threaten the good guy's love. The moment you do that,
Yeah,
you're just guaranteed to die.
Yep.
You could do lots of things. You could beat the hell out of him. You could, torch his home. You could, break his car. Don't threaten his love. If you do, you have as good as signed your death warrant.
Yeah. It would be toast.
I mean, let's look at John Wick. They threatened and hurt his dog. And he killed everybody forever.
New target acquired.
Target spotted.
Even when you got a new dog.
But that dog wasn't given him by his love who died.
Fuel at 25%. New target acquired. New target acquired.
How did he do that? I wasn't around that corner for a second.
Target spotted.
It's always a good question, isn't it?
Target spotted.
New target acquired. Fuel at 25%. Fuel at 0%. New target acquired. New target acquired.
Affirmative. Target spotted.
Fuel at 25%.
I swear to
Fuel
God,
at 0%. Target destroyed.
Target
New
spotted.
target acquired.
Target spotted.
Got 2 mechs on our left
Target
flank.
spotted.
More than 2. The Charger.
New target acquired.
Target
There
spotted.
you are.
New target acquired.
Target spotted.
There's a whole lance there, 9-9. They're about to push.
New target acquired.
Crusader and Charger. Probably a second Crusader.
New target acquired.
Target spotted.
Fuel at 25%. Fuel
Target
at
spotted.
0%.
Sorry. Target spotted. Need
New
assistance.
target acquired.
Enemy forces at 75%.
Target spotted.
The enemy has started to chip away at us.
Thanks for
Stay
that.
frosty.
Affirmative.
Yep.
Target spotted. Target
I'm down
spotted.
back in a bit.
Okay.
Target spotted.
Fuel at 25%. Fuel at 0%.
They're crushing the left side. Red smoke.
We're half down. Don't let the hostiles take
Target
down
spotted.
any more
New
of you.
target acquired.
Target spotted. Target
New
spotted.
target acquired.
Target spotted.
Fuel at 25%. New target
spotted.
acquired.
The jaws of defeat are closing in around
New
us.
target acquired.
Target spotted.
New target acquired. Left arm New target acquired. Fuel at 25%. Fuel at 0%.
Looks like only half of the enemies remain.
New target acquired.
Target spotted.
New target acquired.
Target spotted.
New target acquired. New target acquired. New target acquired. Fuel at 25%. Right leg critical damage. Override engaged. New target acquired. Fuel at 25%. Fuel at 0%. Ammo at 25%. New target acquired. Right arm critical damage. Center torso critical damage. Weapon destroyed. Left arm destroyed. Ammo destroyed. Left leg critical damage. Fuel at 25%. Right leg destroyed. Heat sink destroyed. Fuel at 0%.
Shots. That's take. I plugged in about 20 times, and then you just plugged in.
Fuel at 25%.
It amazes me how some of them can just live with no armor and all the shots hitting them. It just never ceases to amaze me.
Excuse me.
I can have full armor and still manage to get one-shotted. I could unload all of my ammo for a week into some of these people, and they're just like, what are weapons?
They laugh at your bullets. Ha ha ha. Stupid Americo.
Diana Vasquez's right hand snapped up. Motion caught the commando's eyes. She turned her head to look. The compact auto pistol in Diana's hand fired as it came online, the bullet hitting the woman in the left eye. Her bloody head jerked back, the last dying barrage of neurotransmitters making her hand contract, spastically firing the pistol 3 times. But impact had jerked the gun away from Lucy's head, and the only damage was chunks of white acoustic tile the bullets gouged from the ceiling. Mariska Savage, who had recorded the whole scene, dropped her holocorder and ran forward to scoop up the hysterically crying Lucy. She turned accusingly to the 2 caballeros. "The children could have been killed." Diana lowered her pistol. They shouldn't have threatened my babies." "But you put the children at risk." While they argued, Zuma quickly examined the bodies to make sure the intruders weren't shamming. Then he hit the intercom button on the wall to report what had happened to HTE Security Central. Now he was kneeling over one of the 2 authentic blues, shaking his head. He looked up at the camera woman. "We didn't risk nothing, Miss Savage. If they had taken us hostage, Don Carlos would have pumped a couple 100 liters of gasoline in here and fired down a flare. Or somebody else would have." Savage gasped and turned gray. "We don't negotiate for hostages," Zuma said. "We rescue them, or we bury them. Ain't no middle ground. Savage looked at Captain Diana Vasquez. The other woman was soothing the children, making sure none of them was hurt, but she caught the camera woman's look. She nodded. Archie had managed to pick himself up and stood with his back to an operating table, kind of bent in the middle and massaging a cheekbone that was already beginning to show a bruise. He looked at Savage and both shook their heads. It was obvious they shared a common thought. These caballeros were in some ways as alien to their ultra-civilized Federated Commonwealth outlook as the clans. "SRMs incoming!" crackled into Cassie's headset. The cowboy-accented caller didn't identify himself. Usual combo discipline for the 17th. "Falcon is down!" "No lie," remarked Sammy Chato, ducking back as a long burst sprayed cement chunks from the fab wall beside him. A moment before, the scouts had all been dodging a rain of debris from the Junior Camacho's swan dive. There weren't a lot of bad guys shooting at them at the moment. One bunch was atop the wall, but they had abruptly lost interest in the ground pounders while volley-firing anti-mech missiles at the jumping Shadowhawk. The scouts were taking some rounds from street level, but either not many intruders had gotten off the wall, or most of those who had were loose in the compound. "PH coming," Private Patricio said, pointing into the sky to the west of them. A humanoid mech was in mid-jump, raking the wall with arm lasers and its outsized laser rifle. "Looks like Don Quixote," someone else said. Cassie glanced up. The rapid ruby pulses from the left arm had a bit of a sputter in their cadence. The Adelante's CO's Phoenix Hawk had been retrofitted with state-of-the-art beam weapons, but there was a control interface problem with the medium Martel pulse laser in its left arm. Definitely O'Rourke. The mech touched down slightly in the narrow street to the building into which Gavilan's Shadowhawk had fallen. The PH had taken no fire in flight. Not even elite Dest commandos were eager to match small arms against extended-range large lasers. The instant the mech's feet touched blacktop, though, and its knees flexed to absorb the shock of landing, so many tentacles of white smoke tipped by star-bright SRM exhaust flares were streaking toward it that it looked as if a giant white phosphorus round had gone off atop the wall. The mech became a giant human torch standing in a lake of fire. "Sierra Foxtrot," Sergeant Dick said. "Infernos." "I'm shut down," Captain O'Rourke said over the comm. The young black norteño sounded as calm as if he were taking his mech for an afternoon stroll along the banks of the Yamato. Don Quixote was always cool, always in control. Those traits had advanced him rapidly in the Caballeros, where they weren't always in long supply. Even if his voice didn't reveal it, though, he was in trouble. A jump and all that laser action had run his heat way up. Being doused with sticky napalm had pushed his mech instantly past the red line. His Phoenix Hawk had not received double-capacity heat sinks yet. "Punch out, Coyote," Lady K urged. "Nothing you can do, and if your ride don't blow, we can recover her when this little fandango gets over." Don Quixote didn't have his name for nothing. Despite being the most persistent of ranch pests, the coyote of ancient Terra had deliberately been brought along by the cranky, turbulent settlers who colonized the Trinity worlds. The animal was a sly, nasty, disreputable half-breed, outlaw to the core. So were the caballeros. It was also noted for its cunning and unmatched survival skills. Alone of all North American mammals, to say nothing of predators, the coyote's numbers had increased after the European colonization. Captain O'Rourke was brave when bravery was called for. He also knew when to beat cheeks. That was another reason Don Carlos had given him a company to command. The captain's ejection seat came shooting up out of the flames enveloping his mech. The zero-altitude ejection system was supposed to propel you slightly backward. It was assumed that, if you had to punch out, there were likely bad people in front of you. Unfortunately, So quick had been the Inferno barrage and the overheating they caused the Phoenix Hawk's reactor had shut down with its torso still angled forward. O'Rourke was projected straight up. His parachute blossomed like a ghostly flower. The breeze off the river caught it and carried it southwest, directly over the intruders. Muzzle flashes flickered toward the figure dangling from the chute, which was rapidly coming down in the street outside the wall. Well, that's not what you want.
Online.
What you really, really want.
Sensors online. Weapons online. All systems nominal.
Override engaged.
Override engaged.
There we go. Let's go, Hellscape champions. Thwarted by a piece of metal sticking up out of the ground. That's a shin buster. Okay, people in the back, you can keep doing the group hug, or you can come join us.
You don't like hugging?
Everything in its time.
What time does the hugging start?
We wait till they're on our base, then we go hug them. You can't hug with nuclear arms, isn't that what they said?
The warmest hugs.
I thought I was joining a bunch of G.I. Joes, but it feels like I've joined the Teletubbies.
I'm a beanie baby.
Target acquired. New target acquired. New target acquired. UAV activated. New target acquired. New target acquired. Target acquired.
Target spotted.
Someone going to that
New
UAV.
target acquired.
Somebody behind us?
Target destroyed.
There are two UAVs up there. If anybody with arms can shoot them down. Right above Echo 4.
Target acquired.
I got it.
Target destroyed. New target acquired.
Target spotted.
UAV activated.
Target spotted.
New target acquired. New target acquired. Target destroyed. New target acquired.
Target spotted.
target acquired.
Target spotted.
New target acquired.
Target spotted.
Fuel at 25%. Fuel at 0%. New target acquired. New target acquired. Target acquired.
Rebuild.
Fuel at 25%. New target acquired. New target acquired. New target acquired. Target acquired. New target acquired. Target destroyed. Target acquired. New target acquired. Fuel at 25%. Ammo at 25%. New target acquired. Target destroyed. Heat level critical. Target destroyed. New target acquired. Heat level critical. Warning, incoming missile. New target acquired. Heat level critical. Fuel at 0%. Target destroyed.
Now we got this. Where the rest of them pick?
Target acquired.
Bravo. Target Bravo, everybody.
0%.
I could spot, but I'm out of ammo.
Target destroyed. Target acquired.
Linebacker's left in the middle. He's legged.
Oh, he's out. Where you go? He's all y'all, somebody ammo.
Target destroyed.
Good game, y'all.
Only 5 kills. Hey, C19, how are you tonight? Five killing blows, 6 kill assists, 1 solo kill, 2 KMDDs, 1,118 damage done, 190 taken, ran out of ammo.
I ran out of ammo too. 10 kill assists, 1 KMDD, 751 damage.
We gotta beat them up a little bit, Bear.
Between the two of us, we fucked them up pretty bad.
Yeah. All right. That's the way, I like it. The 9th Ghost Regiment's battle mech stood in ranks beneath the floodlights of the base in Masamori's southern suburbs like an ancient Chinese emperor's statue army. Moving past them, Eleanor Shimazu strode toward her mauler. Just as she reached the foot of Vengeance, her 90-ton war machine, a stocky figure stepped up to her and bowed. Taisa. It was Moon, the Tosai Kai Yakuza, who had long ago appointed himself her chief aide, shadow, and bodyguard. Yes, she said. We have received word from the planetary chairman, Colonel. He forbids us to move in support of Hachiman Taro Enterprises. The Civilian Guidance Corps is sufficient to the situation. For a moment she stood with one hand on the mech's retractable ladder and the other at her forehead, clutching a hank of red hair. She gazed off across the long grass flat that led down to the rocky verge of the Shakudo, invisible now in the blackness beyond the lights. There's treachery here, she thought. True to the traditions of soldiers and Yakuza alike, she considered the Deka, cops, little more than bullies with badges and guns. The friendly persuaders were well armed, but there was no way they would be much use against what the word of Blake would send against the HTE. The media would call the strike teams terrorists when the shooting was over, but they were in fact full-blown commandos, special force elements of either the great army Comstar had assembled in secret before the clan invasion, or their dreaded ROM secret police, both of which had fractured along with the religion itself after Presenter Marshal Vogt executed Primus Waverly for treachery. That useless worm Percy. What exactly do the Honorable Chairman's orders say? We are bidden to remain on alert, Moon said, but no mechs are to leave the base. Laney smiled slowly. Very well. No mech will move. She began to unfasten the clasps of her suit. Get me a squad of volunteers and transport from the motor pool. Body armor and small arms. Same for me. She stepped out of the suit. The techs skirting around the feet of the parked battle mechs tried not to stare at the spectacle of their commander standing in the middle of the parade ground in her underwear. Physical modesty was not a big factor in the Combine, but Laney was pushing the envelope. As usual. Have somebody go back to my quarters and get me some boots, she said, handing off her cooling vest to a pair of gaping ratings. Moon stood unmoving, gazing at her with heavy-lidded eyes. And a pair of trousers, too, she added. Mech warriors, not your most modest bunch. Of course, they can't really be, and, the fact that they live in basically a sauna.
Yeah.
I also would want as few clothes as I could get.
Sensors online. Weapons online. All systems normal.
Override engaged.
Override engaged.
Something completely different. Here's something we have to really like.
That is one lost soul.
Shadowcat E4.
They've got an Apache flying over there too.
Target acquired. New target acquired.
Target spotted.
New target acquired.
Something D3, D2.
Target spotted. Target spotted. Target spotted.
We got a stalker over to the left with large lasers, Bear, so just watch yourself.
Target spotted.
Echo.
Not making it rain on him.
Target spotted.
Fuel at 25%. New target acquired. Target destroyed. Fuel at 25%. Fuel at 0%. Target destroyed. Target acquired. Fuel at 25%. Fuel at 0%.
Direwolf J is an open.
New target acquired. New target acquired. 8-level critical. Fuel at 25%. Fuel at 0%. Target destroyed. New target acquired. Target destroyed. New target acquired. Fuel at 25%. Fuel at 0%. 8-level critical. Target destroyed. New target acquired. Target destroyed.
Fucking planes.
New target acquired. Fuel at 25%. Fuel at 0%.
LRMs to E.
New target acquired.
Good job, team.
Well, that was one hell of a stomp, guys.
Good fight.
$47 damage taken, 762 damage done. 4K MDDs. Oh, yeah.
1 KMDD, 555 damage, 111 taken.
I mean, I'll take these match scores. I mean, they're knocking out the event quickly. Because, you know, Bear, it's a beach party.
Bingo.
The cabrons are shooting at him, a scout yelled. Don Coyote. For the first time, the voice of Colonel Camacho spoke on the comm. Don Coyote, come in, please. I'm at 84 supply caches. 16 more and I can open them. No response. There was a transceiver built into the captain's neuro helmet. It might have malfunctioned, of course, but with at least a half dozen assault rifles blazing at O'Rourke as his chute settled into the street, a darker explanation for his silence seemed more likely. Like a monster from an ancient Japanese horror film, a Shadowhawk reared from the wreckage of South Fab 9. Seeing the intruders blasting Don Coyote as the MechWarrior hung helpless in his chute, Gavilan Camacho uttered a raptor scream of fury as his mech lumbered forward, kicking the Fab's walls from its path, blasting the perimeter with everything it had: the autocannon in its left torso, the Doombud LRM launcher in its right, the Marty medium laser in its right arm. Figures in powder blue jumpsuits exploded away from the Fab's collapsing walls like frightened quail as the mech barged on through. The Shadowhawk altered course slightly, its immense right foot coming down on two of them. Shrill screams sounded, then abruptly cut off. Howling like wolves, the MechWarriors of the 17th charged the south wall. It had been known since the Yom Kippur War almost 1,200 years ago that it was possible for infantry to hand armor a major hurting as long as they could afford to spend anti-armor missiles like firecracker strings. The problem that wrecked the Egyptians in AD 1973 was the same one confronted by the Dest Commandos. They could carry only so many missiles, and the ISF Strike Force, traveling light, didn't have nearly so much logistical support. Missiles, inferno, and armor-piercing hammered into the charging battle mechs, but their numbers prevented the intruders from being able to concentrate their fire on any one target the way they had on O'Rourke's Phoenix Hawk. The missile volley passed like Cerrillo's gully washer, and did about as much to the Caballero mechs. The Dest body armor had enabled a few of the commandos to overmatch the Gaijin scouts and the authentic HTE troops who opposed them. But against the energy weapons and huge projectile launchers of the mechs, it was no more effective than a man's thin skin. The first battle of the compound was over. All right, and I know it's early, but this is probably going to this will be my last match of the evening.
Sounds like a plan to me.
Because I have recording that I've needed to do all week, but it's been too hot to shut myself up in my office. So now that it's actually cool outside, I need to get some of the recording done.
Well, good luck with that.
Thanks. Just what I want to do on a Thursday night.
Yeah, it looks like we're playing against fucked.
We're playing with fucked.
Yeah, well, it means we're fucked.
I mean, we're probably fucked hand over fist.
Yeah.
Boop. Let's bring ourselves back over here.
Are you going to be on tomorrow night?
No, probably not. I might try to stop in if I get finished with my recording and stuff. Override engaged. But I won't be streaming tomorrow night. Yeah, I mean, I still have probably 9 hours I need to record of finished audio in the next 2.5 weeks. I mean, it's not a ton, but I have my day job. I have my streaming. I have all of these things that take up time.
Yeah, well, good luck with that.
Target acquired. New target acquired. Fuel at 25%. Fuel at 0%. New target acquired. Fuel at 35%. target acquired.
Target spotted.
New target acquired.
Spotted.
New target acquired. Fuel at 25%. Fuel at 0%. New target acquired.
Target spotted.
Target acquired. New target acquired.
Target spotted. Need assistance.
New target acquired. Target acquired. UAV activated.
Target spotted.
Target acquired. New target acquired. Fuel
Look for UAV
Target
first.
spotted.
Fuel at 95%.
Target spotted. Target spotted. Target spotted.
UAV activated. Fuel at 0%.
Target spotted.
Left leg critical damage.
Gonna finish off golf for me, Bear?
Working on
Need
it.
assistance.
We lost the ball card.
UAV above me. UAV.
New target acquired. Fuel at 25%. New target acquired.
Target spotted. Sorry. Need assistance.
New target acquired. New target acquired. New target acquired.
Enemy forces at 75%.
New target acquired. Fuel at
UAV's
25%.
down.
Fuel at 0%.
Target spotted.
Target destroyed. New target acquired.
Target spotted.
Fuel at 25%. Fuel at 0%. New target acquired.
The enemy has started to chip away at us. Stay
New
frosty.
target acquired. New target acquired. Light ray critical damage. Fuel at 0%. Warning incoming missile.
Target spotted.
Target acquired.
Target spotted.
Target destroyed.
Woohoo!
Thank you.
366. I'll
Real
take
nice.
it. All right, Bear. Thanks for the matches tonight. I will hope to be able to catch you tomorrow, but we'll see.
Okay, well, you take care of yourself. I wish you luck on your endeavors.
Thanks. Talk soon. All right, everyone. And that is going to do it for me. Hope you have had fun this evening with our MechWarrior Online and loud dogs behind me. And, of course, story time. Should be back again this Saturday for some more MechWarrior Online and story time. Hope you guys will come along to join me then. In the meantime, if you're on the Twitch channel, make sure you stick around. We'll go and raid somebody. Everybody else, thanks so much, and have a great night.